Aragon comes this night to Messina.
He is very near of this. He was not 3 leagues off when I left him.
How many gentlemen have we lost in this action?
But few of any sort, and none of name.
A victory is twice itself when the achiever brings home full numbers. I find here that Don Pedro hath bestowed much honor on a young Florentine called Claudio.
Much deserved on his part, and equally remembered by Don Pedro. He hath borne himself beyond the promise of his age, doing in the figure of a lamb the feats of a lion.
I pray you, is Signor Montanto returned from the war, or no?
I know none of that name, lady.
My cousin means Signor Benedict of Padua?
Oh, he's returned, and as pleasant as ever he was.
I pray you, how many hath he killed and eaten in these wars? But how many hath he killed? For indeed I promise to eat all his killing.
Faith, niece, you tax Signor Benedict too much. But he'll be meet with you, I doubt it not.
He hath done good service, lady, in these wars.
You have lusty victual, and we have hope to eat it. He is a very valiant trencherman. He hath an excellent stomach.
And a good soldier too, lady.
And a good soldier to a lady. But what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord, a man to a man, stuffed with all honorable virtues.
It is so indeed. He is nothing less than a stuffed man.
You must not, sir, mistake my niece, for there is a merry war between Signor Benedict and her. They never meet, but there's a skirmish of wit between them.
Who is his companion now? He hath every month a new sworn brother.
Is it possible?
Very easily possible. He wears his faith, but as the fashion of his hat. It ever changes with the next block.
I see, lady. The gentleman is not in your books.
Oh, no. And he were, I would burn my study. But I pray you, who is his companion now? Is there no young square who will make a voyage with him to the devil?
He is most in the company of right noble Claudio.
Oh, Lord, he will hang upon him like a disease. He is sooner caught in the pestilence, and the taker runs presently mad. God help the noble Claudio. If he hath caught the Benedict, it will cost him £1,000 ere he be cured.
Continua, Leonardo! Are you come to meet your trouble? The best in the world is to avoid cost, and you encounter it.
Never came trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace, for trouble being gone, comfort should remain. But when you depart from me, sorrow abides, and happiness takes its leave.
You embrace your charge too willingly. I think this is your daughter.
Her mother hath many times told me so.
Were you in doubt, sir, that you asked her?
Oh, Signor Benedict, no, for then you were a child.
Truly, the lady fathers her son. Be happy, lady, for you are like an honorable father.
If Signor Leonato be her father, she would not have his head on her shoulders for all Messina, as like him as she is.
I wonder that you would still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What, my dear Lady Disdain? Are you yet living?
Is it possible disdain should die with such meat food to feed it as Signor Benedict? Courtesy itself must convert to disdain if you come in her presence.
Oh, then is courtesy a turncoat? But it is certain I am loved of all ladies, only you excepted, and I would I could find it in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
Oh, a dear happiness to women. They would else be troubled with a pernicious suitor. I thank God and my cold blood I am of your humor for that. I would rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
Oh, God keep your ladyship still in that mind, so some gentleman or other shall escape a predestinate scratch face.
Scratching couldn't make it worse to us such a face as yours were.
You are a rare parrot teacher.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
Oh. I would my horse had the speed of your tongue and so good a continuer. But keeping your way, in God's name, I have done.
You always into the jade trick. I know you of old.
Signor Claudio, Signor Benedict,
My dear friend Leonardo hath invited you all. I tell him we shall stay here at the least a month, and he heartily prays that some occasion may detain us longer.
Let me bid you welcome, my lord. Being reconciled to the prince your brother, I owe you all duty.
I thank you. I am not of many words, but I thank you.
Is it your grace, Leon?
Your head, Leonardo. We will go together.
Benedict, didst thou note the daughter of Signor Leonato?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
Is she not a modest young lady?
Do you ask me, as an honest man should do, for my simple, true judgment? Or would you have me speak after my customs, as a professed tyrant to their sex?
No, I pray thee, speak in sober judgment.
Why, in faith, methinks she's too low for a high praise, too brown for a fair praise, and too little for a great praise. Only this commendation can I afford her, that were she other than she is, she were unhandsome. But being no other than as she is, I do not like her.
Thou thinkest I am in sport. I pray thee tell me truly how thou likest her.
Would you buy her that you inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a jewel?
Yea, and a case to put it into. But speak you this with a sad brow.
In mine eye, she is the sweetest lady that ever I looked on.
I can see without spectacles, and yet I see no such matter. There's her cousin, and were she not possessed with a fury, exceeds her in beauty as the 1st of May doth the last of December. But I hope you have no intent to turn husband, have you?
I would scarce trust myself, though I have sworn the contrary. If Hero would be my wife.
Oh, is it come to this? Shall I never see a bachelor of threescore again? Go to, in faith, and thou wilt needs thrust thy neck into a yoke, wear the print of it, and sigh away Sundays.
What secret hath held you here that you followed not the Leonardos?
I would, if your grace would constrain me to tell.
I charge thee on thy allegiance.
Oh! But on my allegiance, mark you this, on my allegiance, he is in love.
Oh.
With who? Now that is your grace's part. Mark how short his answer is. With Hero, Leonato's short daughter.
Amen if you love her, for the lady is very well worthy.
You speak this to fetch me in, my lord.
By my troth I speak my thought.
And in faith, my lord, I spoke mine.
And by my 2 faiths and troths, my lord, I spoke mine.
That I love her, I feel.
That she is worthy, I know.
That I neither feel how she should be loved, nor know how she should be worthy, is the opinion that fire cannot melt out of me. I will die in it at the stake.
Thou wast ever the obstinate heretic in the despite of beauty.
That a woman conceived me, I thank her. That she brought me up, I likewise give her most humble thanks. But that I will have a reed sheet winded in my forehead, or hang my bugle in an invisible baldric, all women shall pardon me. For I will not do them the wrong to mistrust any, I will do myself the right to trust none. And the fine is, for which I may go the finer, I will live a bachelor.
I will see thee, ere I die, look pale with love.
With anger, with sickness, or with hunger, my lord, not with love.
Well, as times may try, in time the savage bull doth bear the yoke.
The savage bull may, but if ever the sensible Benedict bear it, pluck off the bull's horns and set them in my forehead, and let me be vilely painted, in such great letters as they write, here is a good horse to hire, let them signify under my sign. Here you may see Benedict, the married man.
Nay,
If Cupid hath not spent all his quiver in Venice, thou wilt quake for this shortly.
I look for an earthquake too, then.
Was not, Count John doing something this evening?
I saw him not.
How tawdry that gentleman looks. I never can see him but am heartburned an hour after. He's of a very melancholy disposition. He were an excellent man that were made just in the midway between him and Benedict. The one is too like an image and says nothing, and the other too like my lady's eldest son, evermore tattling.
By my troth, niece, thou wilt never get thee a husband if thou be so shrewd of thy tongue.
For the which blessing I am at him upon my knees every morning and evening. Lord, I cannot endure a husband with a beard on his face. I'd rather lie in woolen.
You may light on a husband that hath no beard.
What should I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and make him my waiting gentlewoman? He that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that hath no beard is less than a man. And he that is more than a youth is not for me, and he that is less than a man, I'm not for him.
I trust you will be ruled by your father.
Yes, faith, it is my cousin's duty to make curtsy and say, Father, as it please you. Yet for all that, cousin, let him be a handsome fellow, or else make another curtsy and say, Father, as it please me.
Oh, well, niece, I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Oh, not till God make men of some other metal than earth.
I said I would die a bachelor. I did not think I should live till I were married.
Oh.
Lady Beatrice, I just say she is a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come into dinner.
Lady Beatrice.
I took no more pains for those thanks than you take pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
You took pleasure then in the message?
Yea, it is the life you might take upon a nice point. You have no stomach, senor, fare you well.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come into dinner. There's double meaning in that. I took no more pains for those thanks than you took pains to thank me. Well, that's as much as to say any pain I take for you is as easy as thanks. If I do not take pity on her, I am a villain. If I do not love her, I'm a fool. I'll go get her picture.